here is another problem. It is black's move. Black wins a pawn. So what to do now? It's tempting to play here and go for the promotion, but after this move this pawn is blocked. So we should notice this imbalance that white has a passed pawn and black has this bishop that is able to stop this pawn. So if we do not allow this bishop to play there and we sacrifice the rook, so now our pawn to capture. The rook is unable to stop that pawn. For example, now black plays like this and white is better. White's move, and white has the advantage but is greedy and captures the knight, and now there is a checkmate in 3 possibility. But how to do this? So obviously playing here is a blunder because queen takes here. If we play here check, then this king anymore. But if we move here, then note that this queen can also go here and it's supported by the rook. So after the check he goes here, check again, and now white's king can go either here or here, it doesn't matter because it's checkmate. And here we have another problem. White plays like this, and what to do now? Taking the rook, then king takes back, and the pawn will not manage to promote because the king captures him. So here we must first move the pawn, and now this pawn is unstoppable. So for example, now white can play like this, promotion, and now white is hopeless, and the best what can he do is to just exchange rooks. And here is another problem. It is black's move. Black wins a pawn. It may be interesting to play like this, but after bishop escapes it leads to equal game. So better than this is to play like that, sacrificing the knight and taking advantage of this bishop that controls this diagonal. So now if he takes, then bishop wins the rook. However, it is also not the best move here, because the best move here is simple. Check. Now for example bishop defends and white wins the bishop, also attacking this rook. Now black can castle and white has a big advantage. Here is another problem. It is black's move. Black wins the pawn, and now white's bishop attacks this knight. However, it cannot take it because of the pin here. Fortunately, white has this move, check, and now there is a fork. Queen forks the king and the knight. So after, for example, this move, white wins the knight. And now it's check. What to do? There are only 3 moves for black. One of them is this, but then it's rook d8 checkmate. So instead let's try this, and after that we have knight c7 check and it loses the rook. So the only thing that left is this, exchanging the rook for the knight. So black lost material, but now black has this pawn that will promote safely here, and this means that black has the advantage. What to do now? If we move this knight from this rank, then this bishop will be pinned, but where to move it? We can go for the check like this. Now the king moved to safety, and what now? There is no longer pin, but if we attack the king here, then the bishop takes it, and then we'll be able to move our rook here because it's defended with the knight, and the king has no escape, and it looks like this. Checkmate. Black wins a pawn, and now if white grabs this bishop, then black recaptures, and after a few checks white doesn't have anything. So instead of this, it's better to play like this. Now this bishop is pinned, and this bishop falls next move. And what to do now? It looks like this pawn is attacked, so we can play here, but it's not a very strong move. It maybe isn't a blunder, but it's not what we are looking here for. Playing like this, is it good? Attacking the queen. It's a little better than the previous move, but also not what we are looking for. But if we play queen here, note that now this rook is pinned. We can also use our queen to pin pieces, why not? So now what, for example, can play like this, breaking the pin, but it loses the rook next move. Black has no way to defend this rook, only except for this move. But now if we bring another piece to attack, now this rook is attacked twice and defended only once, so it is obvious that this rook falls. So now, to prevent the annoying check after rook takes, white can move like this, and now just black wins the rook for nothing, and white has to save his queen. Let's take a look at this one. White wins the knight, and what to do now? White's king is hidden behind the wall of pawns, so we should somehow get access to this king. We could do this sacrificing the queen like this, then the rook takes, and now the first rank is open, so we check here, and since here is a hole, we can play like this, checking the king, so the king will have to escape to this square, and thus means we will take this rook and there is no defense against checkmate. So so this combination looks like this: check, sacrificing the queen, check, rook defends, and now opens the access to the king, check, taking the rook with checkmate.